Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I've titled this video, The Stock Market Crash Because of Democracy. And basically, I believe it was my last video where I was going to the fact that, the elites have the power to tip the tides of the stock market so easily by taking out billions of dollars, you know, and leading these people with, less amounts of money to scramble and lose. So I woke up, and I, wanted to go into something, and I believe I found my answer. So I'm gonna go into it, and you guys can see too that these devils took your money, obviously, So I titled this "The Stock Market Crash Because of Democracy." Now, if you get right, excuse me, you get right here. First of all, let me see where we at with it. Let's just read the one I had. It's kind of like a funny title. It's just a funny title. It says, "Things to know: Understanding. What is democracy? The word democracy comes from the Greek word demos, meaning people, and kratos, meaning power. So democracy can be thought of as power of the people, a way of governing which depends on the will of the people, right? So basically, the power of the people was your money, and they used that money to fund their war, basically, which we're gonna get into in this article. So that's why I said, well, I thought about the title and I went into definition. So basically, yeah, that's it. The stock market crashed for democracy, and it says people. Power of the people, and that power that these people had was their money, which they have lost now, and given it to the government, to power this war. It says a way of governing which depends on the will of the people, right? So whether they want to or not, they have used their money that they put in the stock market to fund this war. So like I said, we're just going to get this article. It says 2 trillion wipe from stock market implosion. Amazon, Meta, Google, Apple, Nvidia all down. It says bloodbath. 10 S&P 500 stocks, including Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Amazon wiped an astonishing 2 trillion from the stock market today so far. Now, when you put money into the stock market, you put physical, actual money, whatever it be, digital. You don't actually like put it like a vending machine. You put a dollar in a vending machine and something comes out. You go online and you pay the money to the stock, and then it's in there and it's supposed to grow. So you did put money into it, but when you lose, you just lose the money and no one knows where it goes. Does it go into the stock? The stock ate it up. It rises, it falls. And, people just kind of accepted that, which it sounds crazy to really think about. So 2 trillion wiped from the stock market implosion. Amazon, Meta, Google, Apple, Nvidia all down. So this money definitely goes somewhere. $2 trillion don't just disappear. Somebody got that money in their pocket. It says it's a hot August so far, with the U.S. stock market seeing a mammoth 2 trillion wiped away from stocks, including Microsoft, Google, Apple, Nvidia, Meta, and more. And I was reading an article earlier, and they was going into the fact that they got these robot dogs with weapons on top of them that are going to be using in war. To so they say it's a drone deterrent, when really these people have went digital with war. Which is, I don't know. It says just in over 1.93 trillion wiped out from the U.S. stock market so far today. That was August 5th, posted at 8:39. Today is August 9th, 2024. It's 10:20 a.m. It says there are fresh smells of recession fear in the air throughout the global financial markets, forcing the Federal Reserve to consider reducing interest rates before its upcoming meeting in September. The stock exchange isn't the only one in the red, with the cryptocurrency market seeing over 340 billion in outflows from crypto products. And that's just at the start of the day. The overall figure tells to I'm sorry, the overall figure fell to 1.8 trillion when it was over 2.1 trillion the day before. Recession concerns have seen the Taiwan stock market plummet down into its worst losses since 1967. We are in those times. You know, the scriptures say measure time diligently in itself, right? And when it sees part of the signs, and what it goes into, uproars of the people, you know, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We got what UK is going crazy right now. It says while the stock market in Japan has been rocked with its worst loss since 1987, the day has only started. The day has only started in the U.S., so we still have many hours to go, and our eyes will be peeled to those digits. It says all of the major U.S. indexes were in the red on Monday morning, with VIX, Wall Street's fear gauge, reaching a level unseen since the early days of the 2020 pandemic. So that means something must be near, something must be close, right? Because right before 2020, we know what happened in 2020. Hopefully, you know, we all know what happened in 2020. They're a little sensitive in this area, you know? So it says reaching a level unseen since the early days of 2020 pandemic. It's right before, well, I said that. So there you go. So right before that, this was happening, right? So the signs are repeating itself. It says, while the stock markets begin to crash, this is from the Patriot Voice. While the stock markets begin to crash worldwide, the U.S. military industrial complex is sitting nice and pretty. Do you know what that means? We are going to war. World War III. So this it was from a post at 12:08 a.m. August 5th, 2024. It says trillions of dollars wiped from some of the most popular companies on the planet, while the U.S. military industrial complex stock prices have seen a healthy rise recently. The war drums are being beaten across the world. Russia, Ukraine, riots in the UK, terrorist attacks, warnings for Australia, global recession fears, conflicts in the Middle East, the Iranian PM's dead a few days ago, a recent assassination attempt on President Trump, Biden stepping down on X. It says military, right? So all these are definitely part of the signs, you know? It says military stocks are healthy right now, while trillions of dollars have evaporated from the U.S. stock market and much more money globally. And it's on Monday morning. So as you can see, World War III is being prepared. Dollars are evaporating and going to something. And like I said, I believe they're using this money for their war that's coming up. Let's see. All right, so there you go. I'm trying to see where that video is at. Okay, so yeah, this was some interesting thing too. So I guess Iran finally launched attack, but they said it was all repelled. You know, If what, unless this was a different. I think all this is tied. It looks all connected. 1 second. Yeah, that's probably old. This man pinned everything together. All right, whatever. All right, so yeah, that's it. Just blowing the trumpet. I made a video yesterday. Going into what's up with the stock market, why they crash, where is money going, and I found this article today. That kind of led me to where the money could have went, which is to the war. See. Yeah, right here. So this was August 8th, 2024. It says, and now robot dogs with gun turret for hunting aerial drones being tested by Army. So that money could have went to something useful, that the government may seem useful, which is this government war dogs. It says a rifle-toting robot dog has become one of the latest additions to the ever-expanding array of concepts the U.S. military is exploring to help protect friendly forces from drones. Observations from the war in Ukraine and ongoing crisis in the Middle East have provided renewed for the acquisition of new anti-drone capabilities across America's armed forces. Weaponizing robot dogs is also an area of growing interest within the U.S. military and elsewhere around the globe. That costs money. It says a Ghost Robotic Vision 60 quadrupedal unarmed ground vehicles armed with an AR-15 type carbine is among the counter-drone capabilities being demonstrated at the U.S. Army's Fort Drum in New York as part of what has been dubbed Operation Hardkill. Right, I was just over there in Syracuse, New York. So these things are happening. Robot dogs and money disappearing to be funded towards this war. Anyway, Joel 3. The nations will be judged. It says Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Lord's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people over there in that Levant region in the Middle East, right now where everything is getting hot and heavy. It says, for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right? The sort of scriptures go into trodden down of the Gentiles. Is Luke 21 and 24. Cool. Luke 21 and 24 says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. So now we're reading here in Joel 3 that recompense is coming. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So that's exactly what's happening. That's why they were there making, all these war issues and problems, because they're just over there. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boar for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Right? Us going through slavery and all of that. Right? The Most High is coming back to recompense us for all of that. It says, recompense them. Right here, Joel 3 and 4. Yeah, and what have I to do with thee, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah And the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. Right, and these are things written down on paper in their history books. They can't escape this judgment that's coming for them. It says, behold, I will rise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. I will raise them out of the place whether you have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head, right? And we did, and still raising up, pursuant to Ezekiel 37, the dry bones awakening, and speaking this message and letting the nations know their judgment that's coming to them. Right here in Joel 3, a heavy judgment is coming. The nations will be judged. It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians and to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Right, so these people are going into slavery. It says Isaiah 14. Let's get the point. Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right? Who's oppressing us right now? Esau, Edom. Right? So we're going to take these people, and they're going to be our servants and handmaids in the kingdom of heaven. Right? That's an everlasting kingdom. It says, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right? So your money, those of you that had your money in that stock market is going to a good cause, because this cause is the end of Esau's kingdom. Right? It's going to be a grand finale when Yahushua come through with his chariots and those laser beams and the nuclear missiles are being sent. It says, Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Who is the weak? These other nations that Esau, Edom has been bullying. This is not what I was looking at or what I wanted. Let me see. Okay. Puppet. Okay, Psalms 10:5. A prayer for the overthrow of the wicked. It says, why standest thou afar off, O Lord, and why hidest thou self in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Right. So you saw Edom. The oppressors have been, bullying everybody. Let me get we might get that right there. Right. So it says Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. So, and if you get Ezekiel 38, these nations that have been just kind of docile, waiting in the background, not really coming up against Babylon the Great or Israel. What are they doing now? They're shooting literal missiles at Israel now. Pretty soon, pursuant to this prophecy here, it'd be America too, and so many others. It says Ezekiel 38:1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back, right? So being no longer weak, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And then it goes into, all these Persians, Ethiopia, Libya, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar, which is Gomer is Germany. Gomer is Germany. I believe I did a video, and I'm doing so many videos now. It's kind of hard to go back to them and see which video it was, and change the things I said, which is kind of is a little bit upsetting. But Gomer is Germany, right? And all his bands in the House of Togomar, which is Turkey. So all these people joined, Ethiopia, Persia, all that. All these people joined are the weak, saying I am strong, because they was just kind of sitting back, letting Babylon the Great do whatever they wanted to do. But now that's no longer happening, right? Missiles are being fired, threats are being made, frenemies. Joel 3:11. It says, Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Right? So Yahushua coming to destroy this place. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, right? With all this smoke, turmoil, destruction, everything, all these things will be taking place, right? These different tokens and different signs in the day of the Lord. It says, The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel, the Lord being Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. Right? So the righteous kingdom is about to be set up with the true rulers of the world, that being the Israelites, and the destruction of these different nations, right? That's doing what they're doing. And of course Esau, Edom, taking your money and making it disappear for war. Right, so that's been it. Bless the blowing of the trumpet. With that, I want to say shalom to the elect, shalom.